Hey there, this is Prashant, and I'm making this video today because I want to give you immense clarity on what actually makes progress in an online business. By the end of this video, you will never buy another shiny object. You will not fall into the guru trap. You will have immense clarity about which direction to take, why you're struggling, know the exact reason why you're stuck in whatever online business that you do. It all comes down to three or four parts. And I'm going to give you the 10,000 feet overview so that, again, as I said, you don't fall for the webinar after webinar, you don't fall for the shiny objects, and you stop buying crap. And the reason why I'm making this video really is because I had a buyer who bought a product from me yesterday, a couple $1,000 worth of product, right? And the last time that he bought a product from me was back in 2012, right? The product was called Press Release Traffic Co. It was a product that helped you rank number one in Google for a period of 24 to 48 hours by putting out a press release and then you rinse and repeat, right? Don't message me about that. It doesn't work anymore. We're in 2023 right now. But when I saw that the email, I recognized the name in the email, right? I Google, I went to my Gmail inbox, I looked it up, and sure enough, it was there, and the product was back in 2012. So I messaged him back, congratulated him on his purchase, the recent one, and then I asked him how he had been progressing over the years, and he had told me that, he told me that he ended up watching so many webinars over the years. He kept going back on the wagon, falling off the wagon, that he has never really made anything stable or consistent or even above $1,000 in the entire journey of almost 12 years. And it breaks my heart to literally have this conversation with this guy because he's clearly a hardworking guy. He's clearly invested time and effort and money because he spent money with us back in 2012 and even now. Why isn't he succeeding, right? And that was the question that I asked myself, and I decided to make a video so that nobody else has to go through the pain of not being able to produce results. And this is unscripted as usual. I like to make these videos, but I do have the most important points that I want to make on the whiteboard so I can make sure that you get the best value from it, right? So the reason why most people don't succeed is they don't have a 10,000 feet overview of what it actually takes to succeed in an online business, right? They keep getting pulled in all different directions with the new tools, new, revolutionary technologies. But you have to understand that there are the fundamentals and then there are the tactics, right? Now, what are the fundamentals? Having a product to sell is a fundamental piece. Having traffic is a fundamental piece. Having a funnel or a shop so that people can come in and buy your product, it is a fundamental piece. Optimizations is a fundamental piece. Now, the tactics are basically how do you run Facebook ads, how to get higher CTR, how to lower your CPC. These are tactics, right? The tactics will change over time. These things, the tactics, they change. Most people, they buy products for the tactics, right? They don't have an overview of what it takes to actually succeed, which is the product, the funnel, and the traffic, right? Product or offer. Those are the fundamental pieces. If you are struggling, it's one of these three things. Never invest your money unless your fundamentals are clear. Never invest your money on tactics, I mean, right? So let's talk about the offer, traffic, equation, right? I call it the golden equation online, right? So the equation is really simple. You have to have an offer. If you don't have an offer, get the offer right first, right? Then there's the traffic, and that is how the money is made, right? When you add an offer to a traffic source, that's how money is made. The reason why most affiliates, most people, they struggle is they don't have an offer. They're just promoting products from ClickBank. They're promoting products from JVZoo, Warrior Plus. Products are everywhere, right? They have an unproven product. They don't know whether it converts or not. The person who's pushing you to be an affiliate for the product, they're claiming big numbers, but in most cases they're just hyped up or the best case scenarios. That's not the true metric that you should be focused on, right? But first thing that you need to go and get your hands on is a proven offer. And then you combine it with a proven traffic source, right? So the way you find proven traffic sources is, what is your competitor doing? Competitor who's successful. Success leaves clues, right? So that is the second part. It could be FB or Facebook, it could be Google, it could be solo ads or email ads, right? And that is the golden money equation, right? But there's a second part to it, right? The second part is really putting the offer on a funnel. So basically, like setting up a shop. Unless you could have the most beautiful store in the world, right? This part right here is setting up the store, right? And the store has to have your product. Like, you could have the most beautiful store in the world, but if it's in the middle of nowhere, you're not making money, right? Because nobody's stepping in. So both these parts, the store, which is a combination of the offer plus the funnel, and the traffic source, is really important. So this is really the fundamental piece of building an online business. Now let's talk about the product. So if you have an offer to promote, understand that it has to make sense when it comes to the numbers as well. What do I mean by that, right? It depends on the traffic source as well that you're trying to use to promote this product. And I'll get to the traffic part in the next slide. But understand the number game, right? So if you're using Facebook, you're probably going to pay about $1 per click at the very least, right? So $1 per click is the CPC. At a conversion rate of 2%, you'll probably get out of $100, you get 2 sales. And if the product is only making you $50, you're going to break even, right? But here's the kicker. This is what nobody really thinks about, okay? If the offer is using a funnel where you have an opt-in page and then it goes to the sales page, here's what happens, right? So this is the opt-in page, this is the traffic, then it goes to the opt-in page, right? This is where people give you their emails, and then it goes to the VSL or video sales letter, and then it is where the money is made, right? So out of 100 people that you send to it, at a 30% conversion rate, which is the least that you should aim for, but 30%, 300 people will give their email addresses and progress towards the VSL, right? So only 300 people saw the VSL, and at a 2% conversion rate, that means 6 sales, right? 6 sales into $50 is equal to $300, right? $300 in and $1,000 out because you're paying $1 CPCs, right? This doesn't make sense. So what you need to do is you need to get a better product or get your hands on a much higher ticket product so that the numbers make sense. Now, if I were to give you another example, if the numbers were that you made, the conversion rate is just 1%, right? Half of the actual 2% example that I gave you, but you make $2,000 per sale, right? Per sale. Now what's going to happen is, let me just draw it again. So this is the traffic. Then it goes to the opt-in page where people give you their emails. Then it goes to the VSL. Then it goes to where you make money. Now, 1,000 people go here. The cost remains the same, so it's $1,000 worth of traffic. 1,000 people see the opt-in page, 30% go here, so 300 people saw the VSL, right? And out of that, only 1% progress. That means 3 sales, or even 0.5, right? 0.5 would be 1.5 sales, right? I'm just gonna round it off to either 1 or 2. Let's just round it off to 2 sales, right? So 2 sales, 3 sales is equal to $6,000. 1.5 is probably going to be 45, right? Or $2,000 product, $3,000, right? $3,000. Okay, so uh, it's going to be $3,000 here. And even if you get just 1 sale, right? Let's just make it even worse, right? 1 sale, you still make $2,000, right? So you spent, if you have a high ticket product, You spent 1,000, 1K. Worst case scenario, you made $2,000, right? And that's why the gurus win. They always have a high ticket back end that they're going to try and sell you, right? And it could be a $2,000 product, which most gurus, if they are anything, they're not selling $2,000 offers. Let's just put it that way. $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $100,000 offers, they're not uncommon, right? So get your hands on a high ticket offer if you don't already have a product. If you don't have an offer right now, this is where you need to focus. You need to focus on getting your hands on a product first, because this is the first fundamental piece, product, right? Now let's go over to the traffic part, right? Do you have any experience with traffic? Yes or no? If you don't have any experience with traffic and you already have an offer, right? So first you fix the product part or the offer part. Now you go over to the traffic part. Do you have any experience? Yes or no? If no, get your hands on a very good traffic training, because you're going to learn how to drive traffic, or you're going to outsource it to an agency, which is not going to make sense if you're not already doing maybe $30,000, $40,000 a month. At that point, the agency fees make sense, but at a smaller level, it doesn't make sense, right? So if you don't have any traffic knowledge or skills, learn, right? This is what I call smart investment. You'll still have to spend money, but you won't waste it on shiny objects, because now you know the direction in which you're heading, right? So what happens with shiny objects is, let's say you're here and this is where you make money, right? So let's just draw a straight line here. What the shiny objects do is, instead of taking you in the path of this goal where you get to the money, what they will do is they will take you this way, right? And then they will take you this way. Then they will pull you in this direction, right? This could be chatbots, right? This could be opt-in page optimization tool, right? But if you don't have traffic, what are you optimizing for? If you have no traffic coming to your website, 100% improvement on zero is still a big zero, right? So don't let yourself be pulled in all these different directions. These could be chat GPT bots. You don't need these things right now. The fundamental pieces are what you need to focus on, right? So if you don't have any traffic experience, learn that skill. That's important. Then you have to decide whether you're going to be in the paid traffic side of things or the organic side of things, right? And I'm going to give you my 2 cents on this, right? There's no free traffic under the sun. Either you pay with your time, right, which is organic, or you pay with your money, right? You have to decide what's more important to you, whether it's time or money. Now, what happens with the reason why I like paid traffic the most is you get almost instantaneous results. With organic traffic, what happens is you set up a page, right? Let's say this is the page, and this is, once they go to the page, you end up making some money if they buy. But if you're using the organic route, the first thing that you'll have to do is you'll have to put content out on social media or Google. Then you'll have to SEO it or post it on social media regularly, because if you post one off every few weeks, Facebook, Google, no social media website is going to give you traffic. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's not going to happen. If you post consistently for 3 months, you probably will end up with a trickle of traffic. That's probably going to be 100 visitors, unless your video goes viral, right? That's 1 in a million kind of cases. I'm not talking about these things, right? I'm talking about the regular real expectations that we can have, right? If you post 100 pieces of content over 3 months, you might just end up getting a trickle of traffic to your website. And out of the 100 people that come to your website, you realize that nobody has bought. Now, not only did you waste 3 months of your time trying to drive traffic to a page that does not convert, but you wasted so much effort, and you'll have to redo the entire thing for another product if it's in a different niche, right? With paid traffic, what you can do, and this is my 2 cents, this is the approach that I would recommend you use, right? So you have this page. Instead of spending time on organic traffic, initially what you do is you spend money, send the traffic to a page. Let's say this is the VSL, right? And this is where you make money and you get the money in the bank. You send paid traffic to this, optimize the VSL so you're getting a higher conversion rate, you're building an email list. And once you know that the product is working, your traffic is working, now add organic to it, right? And you can pull in SEO teams to help you out with that. You can use ChatGPT to produce content. You can use social media to do that because now you know this is a proven to convert offer, right? If you don't do this, you're going to lose money and time both. But you make the direction, like you choose the direction, which direction you want to head in. And then once you decide, you move forward in that direction. That's the traffic part, really. That's just the traffic side of the equations. And this is all you really need to know. Either it's paid or it's organic. How do you figure out which paid traffic to use? Well, Facebook and Google. Stick with these, master these, and just pick one first, right? Because if you're starting out and your budget is $100, you cannot be going in different directions. You want to pick one niche. Facebook works for almost all the niches. But again, there are niches that don't work with Facebook. You can go to Facebook for that. But Facebook works for most of the niches. And one easy way to figure out what your competitor to figure out what traffic source to use is to figure out what most successful competitors in your niche are using and then use it, right? Now let's talk about the funnel. The funnel is really the easiest part of the equation because literally you can clone or model what works. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of the funnels that work, but you don't need ClickFunnels. You don't need to pay a company $2,400 a year for using their funnels. Funnels, like I've interacted with so many people over the years, they say I have 10 funnels or I have 5 funnels. Funnels don't make you money. Driving traffic to a funnel that has an offer that converts, that's what makes you money. So if you mess up any of these three parts, the three fundamentals, you're not making money. Funnels are basically your shop online, right? It has to be simple. You don't have to be technical. If you don't want to learn ClickFunnels or coding, don't learn it. Use your time. Time is not going to be it's not going to come back. The only thing that you're going to regret is wasting your time, right? Money, you don't even in most cases, unless it's a huge loss, you don't even remember, right? So if you want a funnel, just outsource it to freelancer.com. There are tons of people who are going to do the funnel for you who are much more technically advanced. And I don't want to hear the excuse that I'm not technically sound, so I don't know how to do funnels. It basically will cost you $50 to get your funnel up and running. It's not that hard, especially with the AI technology that we have now. Just outsource it. You don't have to learn a skill that you will only be using once. If you want to learn the skills that matter, get your mind right about getting an offer that converts. $1 Million Offer is one book by Alex Hormozi. I recommend you read that. It's an incredible book, right? And then you drive traffic to it. So product and traffic, offer and traffic. That's all you need to focus on, right? And the funnels, right? Model what works, model the most successful people in your industry, and you'll probably end up with a decently converting funnel, right? Even the copy that they use or the words that they use, the text that they use, copy it. There's no need to not just exactly copy it, model it, but there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent fire. You don't have to understand how electricity works to use your AC or your microwave, whatever, right? Be smart about it. You have to let others make the mistakes and you learn from it. You just take the most advanced version that is converting right now and you clone it into your business. So let me give you a few examples of high ticket funnels and the other funnels that work really, really well right now, right? So the number one is the high ticket funnel, which looks like this. This is traffic. Then they take you to an opt-in page, right? This is where people give you their emails. Then they take you to a page where they have a VSL, which is really, really short. And then they pull you into a phone call, right? And then they make sales from $2,000 to even $100,000, right? This is the high ticket funnel that most consultants, agencies, or online businesses use, right? And the traffic source could be Facebook, Google, email, JV partnerships, native ads, anything. You put this part is really the main driving factor of this funnel, right? Now, let me give you another funnel, which is the book funnel. You probably would have seen it, right? So this is the traffic. It goes to a book page where they have a checkout form here. There's this book, they have the bullet points. So this is like the sales letter, right? Sales letter, and it's pay shipping and handling. It's probably going to be right around 4.95 to maybe like 19.99. That's the maximum that they can charge. But the book funnel is really not for you to spend only this money. The average cart value, which is what on an average people end up spending with this company or the guru that uses this, that's what matters to the guru. So the way it works is after you subscribe to this, they have an offer bump, right? So what they're going to do is on the checkout page, once you enter the credit card information, they're going to have an offer bump for about $37, right? So there's a check mark. You probably would have seen it. If you haven't, just go to Facebook, search free shipping and handling. And if you're in the online space, you've definitely seen it, right? So $37 for the upsell, which is the order bump. And all you really have to do is click the check mark and it's going to charge you $37, right? Then there's the upsell, which is going to be another video, right? VSL. And this time it's going to be $297, right? And then if you buy, they'll probably try and sell you a $2,000 product at a heavily discounted rate of $997, right? If you don't get this, they'll probably offer you a payment plan of $497 into 2 payments, right? So this is how the book funnel usually works. The average cart value is the most important factor that they're optimizing for, right? So let's say the average cart value is $40 because even though people come in at this point where they are, buying this product for a really low amount, they end up spending, maybe somebody gets this, somebody gets this, somebody gets this as well. The average order size is $40. Now, what that means is the person who's running the offer can spend up to $40 to acquire this person, right? This person who's a buyer, who's definitely a good fit for the offer, and then they can sell this person a product that is probably $5,000 to $25,000, right? If the offer is good enough, people will buy, right? And that's how the funnel works. Now, the most important pieces that I want you to understand are don't play with tactics. If you're not successful, it's because you're messing up the fundamentals. And that's the conclusion of this video. Get your product game right. Let me prioritize this for you, right? So number one is the product. If you don't have a product, fix that first. The traffic is the second part, right? If you don't know how to drive traffic, that is what you need to learn, what you need to go ahead and invest your money, time, and effort in learning. And then it's the funnel part, which is really the easiest part because you just have to model what works. And most of the funnels, they look very similar in any case. Now, if you need any help with the product and the traffic, go to 22matrix.com and I'll help you out. With that said, it's a wrap for this video, and I'll put the 22 Matrix in the description below if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it anywhere else, just go to 22matrix.com. All right. So with that said, it's a wrap. I will talk to you soon. And if you like these videos, consider subscribing. Gives me more validation to make these videos, and I'd love to hear what you think about this. All right. Bye-bye.